So hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been forever since we talked, hasn't it? Like, since yesterday. So, before I even get into the review, I know, lads, I've been bombarded with comments and messages. My fear reaction got blocked. First of all, it got blocked worldwide. Then it just got blocked again after my second upload. I think in the States and like the surrounding kind of areas. I don't know. This is a problem that seems to happen every season, and it happens with a bunch of different reactors at different weeks. It just feels really random. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass, and I said it last season. If it happens again, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But look, this week anyway, I posted it over on Patreon, but it's public, which means anyone can watch it. You don't need to be a Patreon to watch it. All you need to do is click the link. Literally, just click the link and the video is there. I've had people asking, where's the video? Telling me they can't see the video. It's just I'll have it linked in the description down below. So if you want to watch the fear reaction, the 6x1 reaction, then it'll be linked below. I know it's a pain in the ass, but trust me, this shit pisses me off more than any of my viewers. Trust me on that. So if you want to pause this, go watch the reaction, then come back. That's grand. I would probably suggest that because as a review video, this is going to have a lot of spoilers. I have to say, I liked the villain man. Oh, fuck. I liked the villain of this episode. I thought he was... he was a weird one. My man was cutting up heads and putting them into boxes. He had a very dashing hat and a cool weapon that Morgan just commandeered by the end of the episode. He just straight up fucking robbed him. I liked the addition of Rufus, the dog, because I love dogs. One thing I have to say about this episode is that drawing of Morgan. Lads, it was atrocious. Look, I know it's been a stressful couple of months, and I don't know when this episode was shot or filmed. But, whoever drew that little drawing of Morgan, I have questions. There were some moments that had me like, really? Like Morgan living in a water tower that was completely cushioned with mattresses all around him, and he still managed to whack his head off the one area of that water tower that wasn't cushioned. What are the fucking chances? I do like the guy that he met up with though. What was his name? Isaac or Isaiah or something. He had me a couple of times, like, is he or isn't he, good or bad? What's the deal with him? I like that we have kind of been instilled with this sense of paranoia, even though we have followed the fear group enough to be like, yeah, we want to help people. At the same time, it's like, I'm still kind of paranoid and I had trust issues. So every time you meet someone new, it's like, do we trust them or don't we? I don't know. I felt pure bad for him when the poor fucking creator pulled up his top and had a huge old bite mark. Something as simple as that I still love in The Walking Dead and Fear. The fact that we have moved so forward. I mean, we are so used to walkers and staying alive and keeping a distance. But, still people are getting bit and still people are slipping up and making those tiny little misjudgments that ends in you just slowly dying, which is very depressing. And I think it's funny that we had that in this episode, when in the Walking Dead World Beyond episode that aired, we had Felix explaining how to not get bit and how keeping your distance is the most important thing when it comes to walkers. So I thought that was a cool parallel. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Probably not. One thing I really enjoyed, two things I really enjoyed about this episode is, one, it was very clear and pretty to look at. There wasn't any filter. It wasn't grey or kind of dingy looking. Which it was nice. It was nice to see a clear episode. I enjoyed that a whole fucking lot. And I liked that it felt smaller. We were dealing with just Morgan and Isaac, or Isaiah, I don't remember what his name was. It felt very kind of small and confined and concise, and I liked that. I liked that there wasn't a million different things going on. As much as I do, episodes like that, there's a time and a place for very busy episodes. Sometimes it's nice to be able to just follow one fucking person and see what's going on with them, without being interrupted every 5 minutes by different people. So I think that really worked and lent itself to this episode, especially to Morgan's rebranding, which is pretty much what this whole episode was about. It was about this rebirth of Morgie Jones. I don't know what he's up to be honest. He's had enough of Virginia, that's for sure. He FedExed her a fucking head in a box and was like, the old Morgan is dead. He pulled a Taylor Swift Reputation era, rebranded himself, and yeah, I don't know what this means for Morgan. I mean, we've seen Claire Morgan before, so I don't know. I don't think it'll be anything like that. I think it'll be different again. He doesn't seem to have lost it anyway. He seems to be completely all there, so It's going to be interesting to see what that means for him. That being said, when somebody like rebrands themselves, I feel like it doesn't really work. When someone's like, yeah, the old me is dead, or I'm a different person, it's like, you kind of need other people to say that about you. But we'll go with it for now. I'm like, okay, Morgan, okay, I believe you. My question is, has he just disappeared now into the desert to live with your one and the baby? Because it feels like he can't exactly be like, ooh, awkward, your husband's dead. Well, I gotta go. Like, I have shit I gotta do. I don't think he'll, like, leave her, but at the same time, what's he gonna do? Just stay in the fucking desert with her? I think it is really sweet that they named the baby Morgan, and I could kind of feel that coming a little bit. Shit like that gets me every time. I still don't, like... When it comes to the villain, I, again, can't remember his name. I'm really bad with names, so I'm just going to call him Hat Man. When Hat Man was introduced, he had this kind of, I don't know, this weird cowboy bounty hunter vibe, and it was interesting. And then, like, it was like one episode and he was gone. I get that that's Fear's thing. I get that they're very choppy and full steam ahead when it comes to villains. You know, you fucking, as soon as you get introduced to one, you just know why he's going to die soon, so let's not get attached to him. I just feel like Hat Man had more to offer. He was pretty cool. Well, maybe Morgan will continue. He's working a weird way with the axe. That's another thing as well that I get, but I don't know how to feel about, is Morgan changing his weapon, right? He's had that shtick since, like, forever, basically. But if he is rebranding himself and the old Morgan is in fact dead, then I guess it makes sense that he does get a new weapon and kind of move on. But it's going to be strange seeing him without his stick, seeing him with this big Grim Reaper fucking axe of a thing. Jack Torrance much. But all that being said, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought that it was paced well, it was presented really nicely. If they are going to follow through with this kind of anthology style of a season, so focusing really just kind of solely on one storyline per episode, I would rather that. As much as I do love a good show that, like, brings everyone together on screen, at the same time, I'm like, there's only so much you can do of that. I would rather have these kind of close-up episodes focused on a small group of characters, and then maybe have them all come together once or twice a season, you know, at certain points. Grand. But I did really enjoy this kind of style of episode, and I'm interested to see if they will follow through with this style. If they do, I'm going to be a happy camper. I'll still watch anyway, even if they don't, because I fucking love this show. But yeah, you guys, that is it for this little review chat video. I know it's a pain in the absolute bollocks that the reaction isn't here, but I tried. I uploaded it twice. Both times YouTube just went, fuck you. Well, you know, it wasn't YouTube. It was certain companies that blocked it, but whatevs. I don't know. All I know is a lot of other reactors are having the same problems, so it's an issue that needs to be fixed, but hasn't yet. C'est la vie. Again, if you want to watch my reaction, I have linked it below. All you need to do is click the link and boom, my big fucking head is going to be there in your face. It's going to be great. If you guys would like to see more content from me over on Patreon, there's different tiers, different levels that you guys can pick and choose from. I do reactions to a wide variety of things like Game of Thrones, Westworld, Doctor Who, The 100, Teen Wolf, and a lot more. But this month in particular, I've started up a couple new shows. I've started up This month I've started up Haunting of Hill House or House Hill. I can never get the title right. I've started up reactions to Riverdale. I've started reactions to American Horror Story and also Good Omens. And for the week of Halloween, I'm going to be doing like a movie week where it's going to be all movie reactions. It's a fun time. So if you guys want to check that out, the link is also down below. And yeah, Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of fun stuff will be linked below too if you guys want to connect or whatever. I would highly, highly suggest, if you are interested in me or my content, following me on Twitter, for the simple fact, whenever anything goes wrong, which is often, it's Twitter that I update. I can't reply to every comment that asks me about where a certain video is or when a certain video is going to be posted. So if you are like that, I guess, follow me on Twitter to keep up, because if anything ever happens with a video, it's Twitter that I update instantly, because it's just easier. So yeah, if you want to keep up with all things like that, the link is down below. Click it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon.